What is up, my fellow HHN obsessees, and welcome to the HHN Obsession Podcast, where we talk about all things HHN and obsess together over this amazing event. I am your host, JJ. With me, as always, I have the co-ghost, James.
That's right, it's James, it's not Robin Williams.
Yes, it's
the
not.
Ghost of Robin Williams, as you said previously.
All right, everybody. Boy, do we have an episode for you today. I am so damn excited for this announcement today. Easily my most anticipated, most hyped rumor that was going around. And it's here. It's real. It's happening.
No way, the
God.
Happening House?
You mean the Mark Wahlberg, M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong happening?
I forgot he's on there, yeah. No.
Oh, I kind of want them to do that just to anger you. Would you do that, House? Would you do that, House, if they did the happening?
If they did a Shyamalan compilation house, I'd go in. I'd be throwing feces, but I'd go in.
Oh, the people that listen are probably like, do these guys have ADHD or something? Like, how do they get off track so fast? I think we should just go straight into what this announcement is. I'm ready. I'm ready to start talking about it. James, do you know what it is?
Dude, I stayed in the dark this time. I'm getting better.
Do you have a guess what it is?
Other than the Happening House, let's see. Tenacious D House. I think, when they were doing the Kung Fu Panda stuff at DreamWorks, they walked over, they did some collabs. Tenacious D.
One day I feel like that would be a possibility. One day, but not today. Today we got a borrowed original property from the Hollywood Universal Studios. We got Monstruos, the Monsters of Latin America. Is coming to HHN33. Oh my gosh, I am so excited for this. And you know what? I am going to start calling it Monstrous now. I was saying Monstruos on purpose, by the way, just because I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I like it.
Nobody was laughing, I'm sure, but
Monstruos.
Probably just making a fool of myself, but I'm just gonna call it Monstrous from now on.
Is that what it is? It's monstrous, like the word, but they're spelling it minimalistically, right?
I think so.
I guess that's what it is. I don't know if it was monstruos or. That sounds like I'm throwing up, but monstruos, or like you were saying, I couldn't figure it out.
Well, that was kind of
just monstrous.
That was kind of the direction I was going for. Like it was some kind of like Spanish word.
Yeah,
that they were trying to go for, but
monstruos.
So, according to the description, is very identical to last year's Hollywood House. So, we've read it on the Spec Map version 1 episode. But I'll go ahead and read it now, and I am going to straight up tell you guys I'm apologizing because I'm going to butcher the names of these. I don't know exactly how to pronounce them. Just going to take a wild guess. So,
I'll help you.
The synopsis says, with La Muerte as your guide, you'll be begging for piedad for these 3 terrifying legends. The legends are Telapuichi, the La Lechuza, and El Silbon. And that's the description. That's it. That's all we get. But those
Cinnabon?
That's that is the Cinnabon sounding creature. Yes. We talked about that before. So we kind of talked about this on the Spec Map episode, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. The La Lechuza is a legend that I was told as a kid growing up. James and I both grew up in South Texas and both have Hispanic families. So me personally, my grandparents would always tell me about the legend of the La Lechuza. Basically a half owl, half human creature that is summoned by a witch to curse somebody. So if this creature lands on your house or lands in your property, somebody close is going to die. That terrified me as a kid, but I was still intrigued by the story. I mean, that's something you probably shouldn't tell a kid, but I still loved it in a very weird way. But it did terrify me of owls and just in general the legend.
Eat all your peas or Lechuza will eat you.
Is that what they would tell you, James?
I ate every pea.
Another crazy thing is like I've heard stories from family members of possibly experiencing like a sort of La Lechusa. So there is also stories about it just being a normal owl. Like if an owl shows up and won't leave you alone, is like, you know, scratching at your window. That could also be technically a La Lechusa, like a witch summoned that owl there to bring bad juju on you. So I was always told stories by one of my aunts that somebody she was with before would always do not so great things, and apparently one time there was an owl that was scratching at his window, and the next day he woke up in his bed with scratches all on his back.
You woke up dead? Oh no, scratches? Dang.
How the hell do you wake up dead?
You don't want to know.
What is that from? I know that's some movie. It's like where they're arguing back and forth. How the hell do you wake up dead?
It's not a scary movie? I don't know.
That is a scary movie. I think so. Oh yeah, it's Anthony Anderson and Kevin Hart in
There
like
you go.
Scary Movie 3. But that's kind of the general idea of what that story was to me, at least growing up. And I swear, even my mom's boyfriend is terrified of this legend. Like I texted him that this house was coming and what was going to be in it, and he was like, "Oh no, I'm not going in that." Again, there was one time where he saw an owl on the property and immediately thought, "Oh, the La Lechusa." Now he's just terrified of it. So
is he not doing this one? He probably might not, right?
no, he probably will. He probably will.
Hey, this is kind of similar to the Chewbacca house, right? Or the Chupacabra house.
Chewbacca.
You know what I'm saying. They should have a Chewbacca house.
You know what, man? I hope it's not similar to that house because wait, you didn't get to see that house though.
I saw a walkthrough and it looked like a San Antonio market, like everyone was worshiping a Chihuahua. I was into it.
But like I hope it's not like that house because that house was just fine to me. It wasn't at all the best. I think I put it at like number 7 that year. It just consisted of just a whole lot of puppets that look like saber-toothed tigers. Like that's what the Chupacabra was. The sets were kind of cool, but it just didn't hit that much for me. So I'm hoping this is way different. I'm hoping it's prettier. By the way, this is the first house announcement that is in a soundstage. According to everybody's talk and everybody's rumors, this is the first one announced that is actually in a soundstage. So this is going to be bigger sets. Apparently, Legacy says that he's pretty sure that there is a rainforest setting in this house. So that little forest icon from the spec map was correct. So, you know, the biggest rainforests in the world are in Latin America, in South America. Makes sense. I don't know which one it's going to be, which one of the 3 monsters, but so what is a piedad? I'm sure that's a Spanish word, but it's spelt piedad. Let me look that up.
Piedad?
Piedad?
I don't know what it is. I'm picturing like Aztecs dressed up in like poison dart frog colors. I mean, not Aztecs exactly, but like the rainforest tribes and stuff. But maybe that's only the rainforest part of it.
Piedad.
Sounds like something holy, right? Like,
well, that's what I was thinking. It's some kind of priest, maybe. Oh no, it says you'll be begging for piedad. For mercy? Oh yeah, you'll be begging. Yeah, it's mercy. That's what it is.
Here we go. Compasión, conmiseración.
Yeah, it is definitely mercy. You'll be begging for mercy, piedad.
Clemencia.
Okay, so that took way longer than it needed to figure out.
Yeah,
so
where'd you go?
With La Muerte as your guide, you'll be begging for mercy from these 3 terrifying legends. And by the way, La Muerte is death. So the guide's name is Death. So that's cool. We didn't get to see the house in Hollywood, obviously. So I haven't even seen a walkthrough, and I don't think I want to. I think I'm just gonna wait just to see what Orlando does with it. But I'm picturing pretty sets. Like we also never got to do graveyard games from HHN29, but everyone that's a top tier house for a lot of people. They said the sets are beautiful and it was scary, and it starts in a cemetery, and you go through all these mausoleum type things, and it's full of ghosts and stuff like that. So I am picturing a very pretty opening that's very similar to Graveyard Games with the whole tour guide. I'm hoping that's how it's gonna go, but I'm kind of getting some Graveyard Games vibes from this.
I don't know what to expect, but I'm hoping for some neon and black light stuff. Just I don't know. I'm fixated on the rainforest part of it, and I'm thinking of poison dart frogs and like what part of the rainforest could be neat. And I'm thinking blacklight stuff would be pretty cool. Like imagine you smear a poison dart frog on your skin and you don't die, obviously, but you got the like the war paint from smeared frogs. I think that would look neat in the blacklight.
So why would there be poison dart frogs though in a house about legends?
Well,
Just
it's the
like,
rainforest and it's Latin America. I'm just thinking of different aspects. That would just be one part. What's something big? We got a big creature. It's just all the demon ghosts and the Chusa and the owls. It's like little spirits.
I mean, there is talk that there could be a little more than these three monsters or creatures, but for now this is all we know. We just know of these three. We did read some descriptions, but I'm gonna go ahead and look back at these just to refresh our memory of what they are. The Telepuichi, so they are vampiric witches with lycanthropy powers.
Oh,
She is a type of vampire who lives with her human family, and she sucks the blood of infants at night.
they're vampiric. What you said? Witches?
Mm-hmm.
They're witch vampires with lichen powers. So what are they? They're werewolves too.
I think
What
so.
is
Yeah,
this? Man,
I
pick a
think
pick a
it's just
lane.
it's like a whole bunch of different things. So the Telepuichi corresponds to a female entity, although there are versions that claim that there are also male Telepuichis. The Telepuichi has a kind of glowing halo. They are the product of a curse and cannot avoid it. From the time of puberty, they must feed at least once a month with blood. If they do not succeed, they die. By feeding, she kills the victim, which should preferably be an infant.
What?
So there is no way to detect a Telapuichi except by surprising it in the act. If the members of a family are responsible for the death of a Telapuichi, the curse given to her will be passed on to a member of that family.
Oh man, there's just lose lose.
Mm-hmm.
You manage to win and you lose anyway. Dang.
The Telapuichi can change shape by separating her body from her legs.
Ooh.
It usually takes the form of some bird like a turkey or a vulture. This is due to the strange ritual that the Telapuichi has to perform before she can enter a victim's house. The Telapuichi must fly over their victim's house in the form of a cross from north to south, east to west. That's very similar to a La Lechuza, honestly.
All that tells me is infinite chicken legs, infinite turkey legs, you know?
There's the turkey leg food item that we were looking for.
Dude, that's the origin of the turkey legs. You're like, surely turkeys are not in season. It's this guy is the Della Puichi.
Yep. That's not right. Can't be right. No. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go with what I'm saying. Okay, so check this out. Their weaknesses. The Telapuichi is rejected by garlic, onions, and metal. There's just going to be heavy metal. Back in Black's going to be playing.
Hey, just don't clean your frying pan and you got a perfect weapon.
Anyway, metal is sometimes represented by an open pair of scissors left near the bed. Sometimes a mirror, a religious medallions affixed to the front and back of the shirt in the shape of a cross attached to undergarments. That right off the bat, I mean, that's already exciting to begin with. That on top of the Lechuza legend that we grew up with, and there's still another one, and that's your favorite, the Cinnabon one.
Oh, here we go.
So I think it's El Silbon.
Silbon? What's the deal with Silbil? Or Silbon? I messed up already.
So this is all coming from a wiki page, by the way. So some of these descriptions might have just bad grammar and. Okay, so El Silbon, also known as the Whistler, when translated, is a spirit found in Venezuela legends. He was a former farmer who became a damned soul after he killed his father. His appearance has not really been described because of the fact that he kills all his unfortunate victims. Thus, no one has been able to give him a good image. But it is generally believed he is of a tall, emaciated human male, gigantic in stature.
Here's our giant. I wanted something big. Here we go.
Gigantic in stature, somewhere between 20 and 40 foot high. Okay, they're not
Wow.
going to do that, I don't think, unless it's like a giant puppet thing that they build. He is dressed in tattered farmer's clothes. He mostly likes lurking in the local swamps. There can be our rainforest. Instead of swamps, it's rainforest. Just saying. He mostly likes lurking in the local swamps and torturing those who pass into insanity with his eerie whistle.
Do, 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 do.
It says it's hard to say what personality El Selbon had when he was alive, as it changes significantly depending on the version. In some versions, he was a selfish boy who ate his father's organs for lunch. But in other variations of the tale, he is a good-hearted man whose wife was expecting a baby, and his father killed his wife with his unborn son. It's that reason that he's a restless soul, hell-bent and kill anybody who stands in his way. In other depictions, he is seen as a lonely man who wants something to talk and move to the afterlife. After he becomes a spirit, he either kills everyone regardless of their morality or only kills drunk men or those who stand in his way. When you hear the whistle and it's close, you are safe. But if someone hears the whistle and it's far, that's when he's actually close to you, and that person will lose all chances for escape. So that's very creepy. When you hear the whistle close to you, he's actually further away. But when you hear it far, he's right next to you and you're screwed.
This guy's too meticulous with his whistling. When he gets close to you, he turns around, whistles the other direction. Man, do your business. You gotta play with whistles. What a baby.
Another version has him as a spoiled young farm boy who demanded his father make him some venison for dinner. Upon finding out his father had never cooked any meat, El Silbon got infuriated and killed his father brutally before ripping out his father's entrails and then cooking them up. He gruesomely took his father's cooked entrails to his mother and they ate them. But his mother found out the entrails were from her own husband. She got sick and cursed her son to forever have misfortune, which he so rightly deserved after this disturbing act. His grandfather discovers this and beats him like in the Venezuela version, sending 2 dogs to hunt him down and kill him. After his death, the boy becomes an evil spirit carrying the bones of his father on his back. He is known to attack and kill those who pass by, ripping them apart and adding their bones to the sack that holds the remains of his father. The most notable difference in this version is that he does not target wrongdoers specifically and instead kills people innocent or otherwise.
So this lazy brat is suddenly a good enough cook to not only do all that cleaning of his dad's meat and then the cooking, but also to fool the mom into thinking, oh yeah, this is a really good job of cooking. Like, no way that it, oh yeah, by the way, where's your dad? No, never comes up. I don't know about all the lazy cooking and the mom.
There is multiple versions of this story, but that's the general idea of it. Oh, real quick, we got his powers and abilities. El Cibon likes to stop at people's doorways, unload his bag of bones, and count them one by one. If one does not listen to him, their family will die. His whistle can be interpreted as a message of death. When one person hears them close, okay, that's the thing. It's when you hear it close, it's far.
Man, so how many copycats after this legend, like in real life? How many freaks are going to houses and counting their bones? And you're like, hey, you have to watch me count these bones.
Oh.
You have to watch me.
That's scary in itself.
Yeah. That's scarier than the legend. It's like, hey, I heard this legend. Let me go mess with these people. Dude, the freaks.
Okay, and one more thing. If you hear dogs barking, you're actually safe because the dogs were what's the word? The dogs were sicked on him. They were fetched on him.
Man, so you're hearing whistles here, there. You're confused, like, oh, it's close. Oh no, it's far. And then, like, oh, you hear all these ravenous, vicious dogs, and then you can take a sigh of relief. A pack of dogs. It's good.
That is a lot.
Safe.
That is a lot going on. Yes, there's.
If the dogs get you, that's good luck.
I personally would be kind of overwhelmed with all the crazy sounds. I wouldn't know what to do. So, El Cibon is easily one of the most evil and disturbing of all the spirits. of the legends found in Venezuela, with a huge exception of La Sonia. In fact, he is one of the legend's most respected and feared spirits, and many people do not like to say his name during the night. But those are our 3 legends that we are for sure getting in this house. I know for a fact they will absolutely pull this off, and they will do it so much justice. I think it's going to be a very pretty, scenic house. So this won House of the Year at HHN Hollywood, and we all know that Orlando goes above and beyond what Hollywood does. So I have high expectations for this house, and I hope they do not disappoint, which I don't think they will, but I think this will be equivalent to last year's Blood Moon Dark Offerings. Could possibly be the same location. I'm really hoping it's going to be that very pretty, scary, scenic, and just fun.
I'm rooting for some roasted corn. I mean, don't plant it, don't put it anywhere, but I'll eat it.
Apparently, the corn this year is going to be in a quiet place. That there is corn.
Oh man! All
Mm-hmm.
right, but you gotta have some to eat. I want some roasted corn on the menu.
So this was a discussion a little while ago on the forums that the house in Hollywood had horrible, horrible smells of like burning human flesh, and
that took a turn for the better because I thought you were just gonna say horrible reviews or something, and then the tail dive went up. Horrible smells. That's a plus.
No, the smells, man. So people are hoping that it's not gonna smell as bad as Hollywood, but I bet you it will. It probably will. Be smelling those rotting, burnt baby corpses.
That's pretty specific. I don't know if you had to say baby.
Well, didn't I just read on one of them that they like burned a baby or something?
They preferred baby blood. I don't know about burning babies.
Oh,
maybe they said that.
Forget what I said. Just listen back to what I said. I don't know.
Oh, you know what it is? Is it both? They boil the blood of the baby. There you go. Burning blood.
All right, man. Monstruous, it's here. We got it. This is easily my most anticipated. Like I said, if Nightmare on Elm Street were coming, that'd be my number 1. But now this one is. So I'm hoping for the best, and I really can't wait. Do you have anything else to say before we go on it?
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. It's like there's a lot to do in it. It sounds like it's based in some cultures, so that's a good nod. Also, I like when they touch on the legends and the myths of like our culture, kind of, or our roots, kind of. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for listening to yet another episode. I can't believe we're kicking all these out daily. I didn't think I can do it, and hopefully I can keep this up for a couple more. It's been really fun, a little bit tiring, but we're getting through it. I'm still loving all these announcements. Tomorrow is going to be the unknown house. We're finally going to find out what it is. I hope the theories are correct. I hope it's going to be an icon house, and we're going to get the icon reveal. I can't wait to know. I really can't. It's exciting not knowing something.
That's good, right? It's okay back to back with Oddfellow, another icon. It's not too soon. We're happy, right? This is great.
No, it's not too soon because I mean there was a bunch of icons in a row many years back, and for a while they were kind of just bringing back Jack a lot and bringing back the older icons. So these new icons, this new era of icons, I'm all for it. We never really got to experience the icons except for 30, so I'm totally down for a new era of icons, and again I hope that at some point these stories will mash up together. We'll definitely find out. Now, I will say, if tomorrow's house, I mean, it makes sense that they would save the icon house for last, right? For the big reveal. But if it's not an icon's house, it's just a normal original house, Universal pays attention to all this spec stuff because, and I'm saying this if it's not an icon house, because the fact that they would save the unknown house for last, they know that we don't know, so they're going to save it for the end. But I'm willing to bet it is the icon house, so that's why they're saving it for the last one. Or it could be both.
If it's not, is that an upset, right? Because they're teasing it, and it's like here it comes on a platter, and then they're gonna fake us out. Is that cool? Because we get teased all the time, but is this too far? What do you think?
It depends. It depends for me, but the icon is happening. I believe that's what the big tease was. As far as the house goes, that's just a rumor. So I wouldn't be sure if they would be false teasing that. as far as them not having an actual icon and that whole tease wasn't an icon, then maybe I'd be a little upset. But all right, everybody, thank you so much for listening. Be sure to stay tuned for the next announcement, the last announcement, apparently, for a little bit before all the IPs are announced. Stay tuned, guys. Follow us on all our social medias on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Threads. And be sure to give us a review on Apple Podcasts. If you listen on there, or a rating on Spotify, it really helps out. Let's take it out, James. And can we please try not to end on a "that's what she said" joke?
How about this? Nacho! And on a high note.
All right, I can deal with that.
You're damn right. Just wait a while, giving you the hip at your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hip at your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hip at your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hip at your face now. Wait a while.
Hey everyone, just wanted to give a quick shout out to my good friend Zach Weber, who provided our intro and outro song, Heebie Jeebies. You can listen to the full version of Heebie Jeebies on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, or anywhere where you listen to your favorite music. Thanks for listening.